interesting section here along the shared user path, because you might see this is what council does these days. Nice wide shared user path, very safe for bicycles and pedestrians. And we can just have a look to our left at what council used to do back in the 90s, I guess, when this first pathway. Now where we're standing on the cycle path, that would have all been full of woody weeds like privet and lantana. So this was the original pathway. It looks like a bit of a section of boardwalk. We haven't removed it, it's kind of of historic interest, but it's a bit untidy and something needs to happen with it. There's a lot of dedications in this area, so they're a bit of a pioneer species. They might have been planted, they grow up very quickly, but long term they're not going to be here for very long, probably only up to 10 years or so, and then they need to come down. So again, a lot of challenges. We've got a relatively limited budget in terms of our management of the area, but I can understand that a normal person looking at this might be a bit dismayed about how untidy it is and the level of weeds. So it's something that we're still working on. And we do need to manage our bush regeneration contractors and make sure that we're getting value for money and that they're following the scope of works. But any areas that they work on do require a lot of maintenance, and coming into warmer weather, a bit of rain, it doesn't take much for some of these weeds to take off. So there's a few things here like the trad with the yellow little white flowers, which needs to be controlled, and a lot of weedy grasses in the understory as well. Within this area, we're not really expecting ever to really have natural regeneration happening, so it might be an area that we need to plant out in the future. What we can do, we'll walk a little bit further along and we'll have a look at a pretty successful area that's been revegetated relatively recently and see what a positive impact it's had. And I guess we sort of need to think of the future too with the development that's going on. All these places here along Cottonwood Crescent are going to end up being demolished, and there'll be much larger towers, perhaps some sort of like similar to what we've got opposite here with the Natura development. And I guess because we've got such a narrow corridor here, there's going to be increasing pressures in terms of recreation. Council was hoping to have a separate bicycle path, separate to the pedestrian path, because that's going to take up space. And in an ideal world, with these future developments, we would be able to have this sort of, a larger offset. So in the future, the pathway may be able to be over on the other side of the fences here, rather than being so close to the riparian zone here.